I already saw the Redditor that vanished. That's just... Videos like that, though, I'm not a huge fan of. Oh. It's just, it ends with, like, nothing. Like, just reading a couple Reddit posts from a guy and then speculating why he stopped posting. Like, that's not interesting. It's not like a mystery. Just a random guy who was trolling on a Reddit account and then he stops. It's like, oh. Is there anything toss in here? Or are we good? One guy said this video is tossing me. 1 sec, I'm just gonna do like a quick rudimentary scrub.
An obscure online video game. What is it?
Oh.
Some might consider it an anomaly. A game so far out of ordinary conventions that they're left ripe for urban legends, conspiracies, and rumors.
That game looks cool.
What makes an obscure video game? How does it differ from your Silent Hill or your Call of Duty?
Yo! What? Who recognizes this game? About once every 5 or so years, I have like some kind of flashback to playing this in elementary school. This was a Christian Doom game. I don't remember what it was called now. No, it's Christian Doom, and I can't remember the name, but they had this on like the computer lab when I was in like middle school. I used to play it a lot. Literally all of these are wrong. People are just saying like random shit. It's not Kingsfield. Kingsfield was not a fucking FPS game, right? Kingsfield was the platformer, wasn't it? Oh, nope. Holy shit, it's from Software? Oh, maybe the game that was on screen isn't the one I was thinking of then, because the one I'm thinking of, it was the precursor to Dark Souls. That's pretty cool. What the fuck is it then? What's the one I'm thinking of? Well, it definitely wasn't Katechumen. They had like giant purple floating heads, and you fought using a, like a Bible in one hand, and then something in the other. Oh, this is the one. It was one of the first Christian first-person shooter games. Oh, and that was the one that was on screen, too. Yeah. I thought so. Because it's got the purple head. I'll never forget that. Thanks, guy.
Since the dawn of gaming, the medium of the home video game has had its fair share of outliers. Throughout your day-to-day, you might not see it, but it seems that almost every few years, a game breaks the fourth wall and melds with the realm of obscurity. The thing is, some of these are wrapped up in real-world mystery and seem to break the overarching meta that accompanies gaming entirely. You see, video games are meant to be an escape from reality.
Thank you, Tempest, for the 10 gift subs and the resub freedom.
Opposite the monotony of our day-to-day lives.
Thank you, sub Noah.
It's when we get the outliers like Sad Satan that led people to real-life prison sentences, or video games tied to cults like Kanye Quest that are still mostly unsolved, when we obtain this special blend of two vastly differing mediums that real.
The Deep Web and Sad Satan. June 15, 2015, Deep Web horror game built by Terror Engine premiered on YouTube gaming channel. Obscure Horror Corner, infamous game whose origin remains a mystery until today, is called Sad Satan. Greeting players upon launching his title screen with the words game title written at the top, while a revised version of the Chinese children's songs I Love Beijing Tiananmen plays in the background. Why did they go to jail? Oh, Sad Satan had CP in it. Gotcha.
Gaming. And a damn good mystery.
Okay.
A gaming mystery, if you will.
Oh, I'm out of tissue.
Mysteries in online video games. And they appear to be chatting with someone called the Dinosaur, that tips window on the left side, which begins to state some pretty abrasive vernacular.
I'm excited. What kind of reasons?
On the 4th of September 2018, at around 7:50 in the morning,
Martin who saved
graced the export of 4chan, inquiring about Schnell online. Their post about it reads the following. Hi X. I was recently on one of those conspiracy iceberg threads and I came across a user mentioning a game based on the dark web called Schnell Online. This game is supposedly used by on the darknet. The user provided a screenshot of the game, and this game has no other appearances online. The screenshot provides a ClearNet link. Proceeding to this link will take you to a basic web page with a download link for a game called Carcass.
Okay.
Carcass, huh? A bit forward for an obscure game, but my interest has piqued. Heading to the link in the reference screenshot brings us to the profile of an...
Nobody calls me a loser. I'll download this shit right now.
Interesting, considering that the Schnell player's name was Ulven. If we take a look around, we can notice that the carcass page is strangely devoid of any details or graphics. Like, for instance, in these tags. 2D, black, kill, murder,
What the
in
fuck?
white.
Oh my god. That actually looks quite a bit like
If we head
Chanel.
back to 4chan, we can observe that another user mentioned a Reddit thread that was posted in 2016. It references an obscurity chart that supposedly has some unfindable games. And in that list, we can see 6 of them, with just 2 that have seemingly never been found. Classic Game and Schnell Online. Interestingly, a Redditor named Tyler Dirt had commented on this thread linking to 2 gameplay videos that were from this list. That of a 14
Here's tier 1 Jake.
and twice-fold ampersands.
Resubscribe. So it just seems like they made a shitty game. Wow, I take it back. Look at that. Can you speedrun this? Oh, wow.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea what the hell's even going on here.
That looks boring.
Curiously, these videos were both uploaded by a YouTuber named Saint, and after checking his other videos out, they appear to have a knack for playing old, obscure point-and-click video games. And that's what most of their video library
Here's a
consists
prime
of.
gunner.
Games that are bizarre, eerie, and surreal. Heading to
Maybe
their
some
YouTube
fire.
About section reveals their social links, and clicking on their Twitter profile reveals, lo and behold, the real identity of Saint. Olvin W. So what does this tell us? Well, not much, besides the possibility that they most likely created these games. Considering their itch.io page,
Very talented
it's safe
developer.
to assume that they're an indie developer and have quite the catalog. Curiously too, if we take his full name and paste it into a Google search, we're able to find a 2016 upload of that same Schnell gameplay, unlisted on the Saint channel. Their description claims that it was slated to release early 2017. However, as that date came and went, Saint had been radio silent about it. It appeared that they moved on from it entirely, continuing their upload schedule as if the concept of Schnell had never
What was the... Like what?
existed.
What was the idea of it?
Now, Schnell's been on my radar for the better part of a year or 2.
Whoa,
Barring the
why?
4chan rumors about it, the game's highly intriguing by itself. It looks creepy as hell, and I really wanted to get to the bottom of this to find out if it actually exists. With that being said, I decided to track down and contact Saint to see if he had any input. I wasn't expecting a response, but it was worth a shot. My questions to him were as follows. 1. Was Schnell ever released? And if so, is it still up? And 2. It seems that twice-fold ampersands is enveloped in vagueness. Is this somehow connected to Schnell? And surprisingly, about an hour later,
I'm sure the guy
I
would love
received
to
the
be
following
interviewed about
response.
it.
Schnell Online was conceptualized in 2014 following a conversation with an individual who I shall refrain from naming.
I'll name them. It
We
was
were
Dinosaur,
originally going
right?
to call it Lemuria. It was depopulated on January 30th of 2017. Not much is known about the community, even to myself. I was never in contact with much of the regulars, and most of them left without saying anything. If you want to know more, you would have to talk to Q. They were often seen on Traveler, another 3D chat program. Schnell was a homage to those, but they left Traveler sometime in 2015.
Here's a prime
I'm
girly.
not sure what they're doing now. Here's some old footage
Here's
of
the boss
Lemuria
tag.
in development. It changed a lot afterwards, but I'm hesitant to show any footage of it now, especially since I'd have to put the servers back up and everything. Interesting.
So what is the mystery? It's just a guy makes shit games? Like, we already know who makes it, and they're shitty. Now what?
it appears that my optimism's gotten the better of me, because if I'm being completely honest, it seems that this game is offline.
Oh,
And after scouring the internet
dang.
about it,
Oh,
it's
man.
been down for a while. That's not to say that this Q person isn't real though, because, curiously, I found mentions of them dating all the way back to 2014. In December of that year, a Redditor named moistcr1tikal managed to find Q by complete accident. They were reportedly the only other player on Traveler back then, and Jakey found it strange that they were just lurking there, alone. It seemed almost like that Vine Sauce Active Worlds creepypasta that happened a few years ago.
I don't know
But
that.
this one was real.
What the fuck is that?
This video documents their interaction, and in the description, Jakey provides a bit more context. I was on Digital Space Traveler exploring when a person by the name of Q greeted me with his or her microphone saying automated static numbers. I managed to get some info out of this person, but it seems like this person would never tell me why or what they're doing on a game where no one goes on anymore. Following this is a transcript of their conversation, in which they discuss the Traveler game itself, along with other MMOs like Active Worlds and Worlds.com.
So,
There honestly wasn't
just
much to it.
fucking lonely
But
guy,
at
I
the
guess.
End of the day, this does drive home the point that this Q person that Saint's referencing is a real person and is still somewhere out there in this vast abyss we call the internet. To find him, though, that's a whole different story.
Why do we
Very
want to?
conveniently,
What?
every
is-
lead, every Tumblr page, YouTube video,
But
and channel
why?
that he was involved with is now dead. And scouring internet archives in hopes of finding any sort of trace as to where they went is nothing short of hopeless.
Things you reset breast
Who
milk.
knows though? Perhaps they might see this and come forth with more information. That, of course, would be a long shot in the best case scenario, but considering our other dead ends, that's a chance I'm willing to bank on.
What do we want to talk to him about?
In conclusion, Schnell Online has proven to enthrall a small part of the internet, and unless the elusive Q ever comes forth with more context, it appears that this eerie game will remain exactly where it's always been. An unfinished concept with obscure nostalgic visuals, all topped off with creepy rumors that'll forever cement its place as one of the more intriguing internet urban legends that I have ever encountered.
But what am I missing? What? Why? What was so interesting about it? 4chan made a post saying terrorists use it, and then you talked to the guy who made it and said, yeah, some dude named Q plays it. It's just a shitty game from a guy who makes weird shitty games. 4chan made up a creepypasta about. It's the exact same thing with the Cult in a Dead MMO or whatever, where it's just a group of people that still just play an MMO, and they have a weird avatar. I guess the mystery is being able to find Q, but it's just a guy who doesn't have any social media. Let's see what the next one is.
The game is a sequel, so it picks up on a story that we aren't exactly acquainted with. To summarize though, the series has to do with, well, hauntings that cause the game's characters' lives to change for the worse. Named the Yumizu Occult Research Institute.
This is definitely an RPG Maker
Allegedly,
game, huh?
The researchers that worked here had disappeared, but at the time we begin the game, our main character doesn't know that. However, instead of being greeted by the staff of this facility, she encounters a bleak emptiness that sends her life spiraling into a void of despair.
Thanks, Resub Turtle.
What happened to everyone? And where did they go?
Prime Phoenix.
Well, that's for us to find out. And so Kiritani sets off to find the truth. Kiritani makes her way back home, and things seem pretty ordinary. Until you realize that she brought a fucking demon back home with her.
No!
From there, shit begins to hit the fan with her mom becoming possessed, and from what I understood when playing it, even her friends that came into contact with her.
No!
It's definitely an interesting game with a solid premise.
What?
And the visuals that occurred during these haunting sequences even got me pretty good a few times.
What do you... Uh-oh.
Allegedly, later in this game, there's a certain glitch that occurs, causing the game to experience a complete failure. Apparently, you have to go through a certain gate in a certain area to trigger it. However, it seems to have absolutely no purpose other than posing as a nuisance. The reason I say
Thanks,
that
Mellow.
is because when this glitch happens, you're forced to completely close and reopen the game to keep playing.
What an inconvenience. What in tarnation? Is there a jump scare coming? Ooga booga! Oh my god. I think the prime cipher. Whoa!
I will say that there are tons of Let's Plays out there about Yuta Onna Tatari 2, and most of them seem to run into this exact same error. I wanted to see this for myself though, and yeah. It goes without saying that this picture resembles a dead body, and considering how obscure this game is, it left many wondering if this image were real. The only thing that comes remotely close is the game's use of obscure real-world imagery to increase the creep factor, like this shot of the closet, and this creepy-ass demon lady in Kiritani's dream. This one though, this random corpse-looking image is the only one of its kind, and starkly stands out among the others due to its bizarre revelation.
So what is the mystery? Why is that there? It's just a shit horror game.
As the
What do
Let's
you
Plays
mean?
began to pile up on YouTube,
What?
so too did online discussion about this game. One of the earliest instances that gained a bit of traction came from a Redditor named You're Not Real on the r/creepygaming subreddit. Attached is an imager link, and upon heading there, we're able to gain a bit more insight with their experience. I can't seem to progress any further in the game due to this message. Almost seems like an error report.
Oh my god.
Screen goes black and flashes a white screen 4 times. This image appears. Jarring noise plays non-stop. The game stays like this until I click quit. I don't think this is how the game's supposed to end.
It is! It fucking is! I can promise you!
The comment section, understandably.
It's just a shitty horror game, man.
Now, considering the other games we've covered, like Hong Kong 97, it's apparent that real corpses baked within video games are not exactly out of the realm of possibility. Considering the fact that, in Yuta Onna Tatari, you're allegedly supposed to walk through each of these torii in order to trigger it, which I personally think is a relatively specific set of actions.
What do you mean I take the fun out of everything? It's not a mystery, it's just a shitty horror game.
I agree with the general sentiment that this image is eerie. And considering that Kiritani's mother does become
There's not like a
possessed,
mystery to it. It's
I just hope that
it's just a
image
bad horror
isn't hinting
game.
at what's to come by utilizing a real corpse. So let's back up. If we're going to get any answers about the context of this image, we need to figure out what exactly is happening during this glitch.
It's not a glitch!
Analyzing the photos
It's
of
not a glitch! Oh my god, has no one played Doki Doki Literature Club? It's just... That's how we ended it. It's not a glitch! God damn it!
And in response, a Redditor named It's Rain Time was able to give a translation. Reading. Please confirm. Location, date, Yuta On no Tatari 2. Severing the arm. The data is being damaged. Possibility is... please stop. You get the idea. Now, with this newfound context, it makes it seem that this is much less of a glitch and more of a hidden Easter egg of some sort. Given that this is a horror game that uses realistic imagery elsewhere in this story, I wouldn't be surprised if the developer threw in this fake glitch to freak the player out. But even
Pretty
with
normal.
this presumption under our belt, that still doesn't answer our questions about the photo. My opinion hasn't exactly changed on it, and reverse searching that image brings up a whole bunch of nothing. Who knows? Perhaps Paya dug this up and threw it in the game, not expecting anyone to find it. Maybe they were going to take it out of the game, but just left it. No matter what the reason or motive behind why it's in there though, the image that occurs during this glitch is haunting, and I really, really hope that it isn't what I think it is.
It isn't. I'll tell you right now, it isn't. I'll be the one to hit you with the good news. It's not. It's a bad horror game. I've played a million of those fucking games on Steam. That's not even a unique one. It's just a shit horror game. It's not a mystery. Fuck. Give me like an actual like story that it's you know, it's like anything. Fuck. optimistic about this one. There's a prime chip.
Welcome to the Museum of Anything Goes, a 1995 MS-DOS game created by Michael Markowski and Maxwell Robertson. The game's the epitome of the creepy, surreal 90s edutainment game, in the same vein of Super Solvers and Roly-Poly's no Nanekorobi Yoki.
A classic, who could forget?
In the Drowned God video, and you all seem to take great interest in it, so I found it fitting to talk about. Not only because of that, but because it became somewhat of an urban legend itself just a few years ago. The premise of the game is simple, but at the same time incredibly complex. By calling itself the Museum of Anything Goes, that notion
anything can go
as we experience uncanniness and unexplainable peculiarity around every corner.
This game looks lit.
The basic premise involves the idea that you're dropped off in front of a strange museum and are given no context or storyline as to why. The back of the game box is incredibly vague too, stating that you're at a museum unlike any you've ever seen. There are no guards, no rules, no
Where
limits.
is the penis man?
Become a part of the imagery
I haven't
and
played it.
experience the thrill of this unbelievable interactive museum. To be honest, I don't exactly think there's any sort of end goal with the Museum of Anything Goes. It seems to be one of the earlier choose-your-own-adventure games that were made, and because of that, it's got a pretty substantial replay value. You can quite literally just explore to your heart's content.
Alright, finally!
And interacting with whatever piques your interest.
Freedom. Whoa!
4, 3, 2. Pop goes the weasel.
Hey, that's not a weasel, that's like an agent. This game looks amazing.
You know, there's something special about this game. And I feel like it's all unintentional. Everything is rigid, out of place, and painstakingly dead. Sure, there are people in these rooms, but I have strangely never felt more alone. I can't really explain it, and I think that's what makes this game so unintentionally haunting. It's a product of the 90s, and it damn sure shows. But while I could talk about this game all day, we're actually here for something specific.
Alright, what?
An eerie little mystery that was birthed from someone that you just might have heard of.
T-Pain. Did he make the game?
The Museum of Anything Goes.
Oh, Vinny!
And this is some hot garbage for you here on this Sunday stream. You're gonna love it. I'm running it in a virtual OS. So for your pleasure.
Future is now.
For your pleasure. For your pleasure.
This is Vinny Vinesauce, a video game streamer that's been active for the better part of the past decade. Back in 2016, he created a mini-series where he played through various 1990s entertainment games.
Yes,
and
he
they all
did.
gathered a pretty substantial amount of views. The Museum of Anything Goes episode, though, stood out among the others, not just because of the game itself, but because within it, he encountered something disturbing.
Deprived me of my emotions. Whatever you do, don't click the grave. You'll be sorry. What?
Don't do it, Vinny!
Skeleton? Oh my god, that's a dead body! Get me out! The fuck is this shit?
Wow. Anything goes in the museum, Vinny.
On this stream,
Didn't you read the
in
back
front
of the
thousands
box?
Of viewers, the game presented what he thought to be a dead body. That belief to him was so strong that his stream archive from that night is still censored to this very day.
What it actually was a bunch of... what? What did they substitute? Because he's making it sound like the mystery is that it wasn't a dead body. So what was it?
So what
A
happened there?
skinwalker?
Within the Museum of Anything Ghosts, there's a section where you can interact with this specific painting that looks like it's meant to represent a portal to heaven. The game asks you to
Pictures
click a
of Phantom
button
and
if
Forbes.
you want to see someone fall out of the sky. And if you do, you observe the following. The game then guilts you.
Well then.
Now look what you've done. You must now attend his funeral.
What the fuck?
But first, you must dig a grave. And the scenes that follow involve us doing exactly that. Interestingly, when this casket's in the ground,
Hey, the
the
Prime
game
Dragon.
warns us. Whatever you do, don't click on the grave.
Should babble.
You'll be sorry. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, it seems to be setting up the idea that within this coffin is a human being. The one we had fall out of the sky. With this notion in mind, I don't fault anyone for believing that the next scene is indeed a dead body.
But it's not. What is it? What the fuck what is happening? Is this like a Tosserus or something? What is this, like a clip from a movie or something? So this is what came up on Vinny's stream? Oh, it's a pig. Oh, I see. Oh, I skimmed ahead. I see.
The game seemed to do
Okay.
everything it possibly
Should be
could to
good,
set
though.
up the premise that what you're seeing is a human corpse. However, if you take a step back and really look at it, you'll realize that it's nothing more but an early age jump scare. Do I think it's in bad taste? Yeah, a little bit. And this game toys with the idea of death in other areas too.
That is pretty weird. Ah! Emo tap. The tier
All in
1
all,
Korean.
This game is still incredibly eerie. Blending fiction with reality, implementing incredibly rigid animation and voiceovers, and having this strange ambience throughout your entire adventure effectively solidifies this experience as one that'll stick with you. The lingering sentiment you get when playing this is uneasiness. And pressing through the abstract nonsense that's thrown at you around every corner really makes this game stay true to its name. This museum is haunting. It's uncanny. And it's a place where, as we've seen,
Anything goes.
anything goes.
Yep. So what was the mystery? Just whether or not that was a dead body in the coffin? Yeah, it's a weird game, but it wasn't really a mystery. Is it about like the people that made it who made that game? And it was like Anthony... I forgot. Anthony something? Wayzata Technology. Wayzata Public Schools. I don't feel like looking too deep into it.
Mysteries in online video
Thanks, you
games.
said Birdsey.
A newfound fascination of mine, and what seems like a fitting progression of the console conspiracy series. Tonight, we just dove into 3 gaming mysteries that have recently intrigued me. I hope you all enjoyed
Thanks,
this.
you
If
Subdol.
you have any other obscure video
Third
game
one was
oddities
definitely the
like
best
ones
one.
we've discussed tonight, feel free to shoot me an email at nightmareexpo@gmail.com.
I just think... So the third one was probably the best one. But these first two, there isn't like a mystery to be solved. It's mainly a showcase of a weird game with well, this one at least had a story. This didn't have anything. It just seems like there's no drive. So example, this one, the mystery was the glitch. When that was just part of the game. Like that was the core scare. Or you get like a creepy image when you do this. It's like a really common technique for shitty horror games. This one was a giant block of fucking nothing. It's just a bad horror game that I think 3 people on Reddit were just trying to figure out. That's not exactly a mystery. This one, I guess if the 4chan stuff led to anything with Q and whatever, could have been an interesting story, but there wasn't anything there. This one was just interesting overall. The Museum of Anything Goes. This whole second one was trash though. Just a bad horror game. economic failure.
Everybody having a good time tonight?
Yeah.
Sometimes, before I go out, I like to come on my wallet. So if you steal my wallet,
Yeah.
yeah, you got me. You got me. But at least I have the satisfaction of knowing that somewhere you have to fondle my dry cheeks and tear those $1 bills apart.
Alright. Well, this got off to a fucking good start, am I right? He has good stage presence, though. I like the way that he, like, really hunches over. It's like he's in a metal band and he's, like, giving a scream on the vocals there. This guy's, he's got a good future here, I think.
That was the punchline.
Let's go.
Thanks for staying, everybody. Why was this fucking milkman having sex with everybody's wives?
Good. What? Good point, though. What is happening?
Who's left in the audience here? Seriously. Let's get some noise in here.
Let's get some fucking noise! Ah!
Negative space. Everyone got up here tonight. They were like,
Yeah.
space in here, all the space. Microphone's turned off. Martez want to go home. Open mic guy wants to go home. I'm not allowed to even do this to punctuate jokes because it's like somebody's fucking drums. Thanks, LC. Meanwhile, I bought a 6-pack of Miller Lights for $97 and watched everyone have a good time. And now it's my turn. And
I have
I'm on
understood
stage,
maybe
and no
5
one's
words so
fucking here.
far.
Nobody's fucking here. Not even the fucking busboy. He's like, let's go home. And I do this, and he's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Oh, I love being up here, dude, though. This works. This so fucking works. I had an epiphany today.
Hit me. What was it?
Who's fucking, everybody, who, was there a fucking, there was a ukulele symphony up here tonight.
What is happening? I feel like this is one of those cursed VHS tapes or some shit.
Standing by my refrigerator, illuminated by the light of my refrigerator door, I was pouring myself a glass of wild cherry Pepsi, and it started to spit out on my glasses. I was like wiping it off. It was like all of a sudden sticky. It was like smoggy, foggy. It was on my hands. It was on the remote control. It was on my jeans. It was everywhere. And all of a sudden I thought, holy fucking Christ! I put that shit in my body, and I have for 30 fucking years. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm scared.
Humanity.
I want to go home.
Okay.
Thanks, Vinny.
Hey, fucking exactly, America. You ready for some fucking comedy? You ready to fucking sacrifice yourself to this? That's fucking Silver Lake after midnight, you know?
That was good.
It's when the kiddies go to bed, you know? Time to fucking go to bed, kiddies. It's time for the fucking real shit.
Well, that was a ride. I'll tell you what. That was a fucking ride. I didn't understand most of it, but I still feel like we went on a journey. And at the end there was wild cherry Pepsi or something. And he wasn't happy. The rise and fall of Gator. This is an hour and 26 minutes. Jesus Christ. This is a horror story? It looks like it's more of a documentary on a guy who skates. Yeah, MasterChef's become the new React meta. We watched like almost all of MasterChef like 2 years ago. They were some of my early Just Chatting streams. People are just now figuring out how good MasterChef is. Gator is a murder story. Is it Toss? This is a murder story? Yeah, alright, I'll give it a try. Like, just to confirm though, this isn't Toss or anything, right? Human sperm and chicken egg. I don't know why you keep saying that, man, but Godspeed.
How you doing, Klaus?
Things we give some Thomas and the
Tell us
Recip
your
Lofty.
age and everything. I'm 21, and I'm from the United States, San Diego, California. And, I've been
Cali.
for 11 years. Skate a lot of half pipe.
This is quiet.
Rules, ditches, a lot of things, and now I'm here competing in the Titus Cup, and it's a blast. Okay, so
Mark Rogowski,
Thanks for Prime
better
Play.
known as
Now it's
Gator
loud.
the Skater, was a well-known professional skateboarder during the 1980s to 1990, who raped and murdered a 21-year-old woman named Jessica Bergsten in 1991.
Jesus
Gator
Christ.
was born on August 10th, 1966, and
That seems this isn't goofy at all. I think I'll probably just pass. Why are you just like recommending an actual like monster? That is not wacky. Why gymnastics died? Is it not popular anymore?
Was the incredible ancient sport of gymnastics, where the world would thing they do where they sort of just jump and kick the air. I don't know what that is. Jump forward.
Isn't that a pirouette?
25 years
Pirouette?
Tokyo Olympics
Something like that?
in 2021. Gymnastics has been on a gradual downward trajectory for quite a while now, but strangely not in popularity. People still love watching it, but more so in participation. In today's video, we will explore
Tier 1
the
TJ.
strange death of
And Tier 1 Nox. I think gymnastics is still very cool.
On the 9th of April 2020. However, there is a small part of me that sort of feels sad for the sport, the pioneers of throwing your body into weird shapes,
Makes me
hucking it,
subject.
and just hoping you'd land on your feet. The NCAA men's gymnastics had more than 210 programs. Today, just 15 remain. This drop from the
Wow.
original 210 programs
They've
down to
optimized.
15 works out as a 92% drop in 51 years. For some reason, young lads don't want to dress up in a leotard, point their hands, and do backflips anymore. But why is that?
You get fucking
This is an
jacked doing
important question, and
gymnastics
there are
though.
a few
You get
theories as to
fucking
why. This
yoked.
question
I don't know if I'm super interested in the topic, but I didn't think gymnastics wasn't popular anymore. I feel like people still talk about and participate in gymnastics, but I could be wrong. When gymnastics goes wrong, well, you just want to see some injuries. You need help. Look up, eating the wrong dish cost him 18 years of his life. What? Oh, it's this guy. Yeah, I remember this guy. This is the guy who pretended to be a prince on social media and shit. Like he was flaunting wealth that he didn't have, and then he posted a picture with food or something. Fuck, what was the story? He posted a picture with like some food and they're like, you can't eat that. You literally wouldn't be allowed to eat that food. Thus, all of the lies fell apart. Yeah, we watched the whole story on this guy. This is a new video on it, but we did watch the whole story on it. How scream artists create perfect screams for movies? That sounds interesting. A scream artist? He's truly a master.
One moment from Venom. That's not Tom Hardy. That's Scott White. Scream artists are some of Hollywood's best kept secrets.
Yeah, I didn't know this existed.
Actually secret. Take Ashley Peldon. She's one of the most accomplished screamers in Hollywood.
What a
But you
profession.
might not know where to find her, as productions don't always want audiences
Easy
to
Tier
know
1
that their
Zap.
stars have
And
been
resub
dubbed.
Joey and Snappy.
This makes nailing both the emotion and the actor's voice that much more important.
I'm sure I blasted you guys.
No, it was
The
pretty
sounds
tame.
captured on set aren't actually usable, so they have to be re-recorded later.
The great background actors who are there on set that day.
I did know that.
Mic'd, or maybe there was too much going on in the noise. You'll have wind machines going and sound effects, or you'll have like the stuntman or the director yelling at the actors.
Screams are physically difficult. Just
Wait, I
look at
recognize
this
that movie. Wait. What movie is that? Fuck, I can't
Director
see the
yelling
name.
at the actors.
But when it comes to screams,
Malignant,
sound
that's what it
quality
was.
is just one factor. Screams are physically difficult. Just look at this clip of Hugh Jackman dubbing some of his noises from Logan.
Damn, he's good.
So if an actor wants to keep their voice intact, these skilled
Yeah,
recording
Malignant
artists
was
can
fine.
help.
It was interesting.
You know, maybe I'm more expendable, because for a session fee, I can blow out my voice.
Peldon and White first need to know what type of scream they're doing, as that
As you
will
said,
impact their
Bull
performance.
God and
One
the
of the
Prime
most common
Cactus.
screams you'll see in movies are fearful ones, but they're not actually realistic.
Now, what's interesting is in real life, most people will probably freeze up and not allow a sound comes out, but it's not as dramatic on screen, so we want to make sure that it's a big, loud, terrifying scream.
So she puts her diaphragm to work.
You want it as messy as
Where's
possible,
the
that it's most
fear
realistic. So, like,
receptors?
you know, really clean, short, or contained kind of scream, it's not really as realistic for somebody who's in a lot of fear. But if somebody is fearing for their life or in a really terrifying, it's important there. This one would feel more of a fear.
Yep, met Cola and Goblin.
Building kind of scream rather than
we did some content.
You know, blood-curdling scream.
But what makes that scream sound different from this one?
Aggressive. I'm mad.
Anger, right? So it's screaming with the intent.
Screams that come from a place of anger call for a clenched mouth and tighter body position. And a more empowering rage scream calls for Peldon to fully open her mouth. White will do the same when recording war cries for games like Call of Duty. For other roles, Peldon will channel grief.
So grief has a different feel.
That's so cute.
Listen as she tries one scream with the word no. And one without.
I'm not buying it.
Convincing screams involve much more than
this
just
is better.
incorporating dialogue.
No. That's better.
Listen to all the acting from the video game Days Gone.
Rough game.
Fits in perfectly when White's character delivers a kick.
Perfectly.
This
I don't know about that.
Matches when he swings a machete. For example, in Incredibles 2, White had to create the scream for a pilot who's thrown out of a helicopter.
The fear of being.
Why not just have the voice actor do it?
Which then turns
doesn't have to be great. Just like ah.
I shouldn't have been kicked out of that plane, you know, or whatever. So it couldn't just be a fierce ah, and then you hit the water. It had to have a little two-part act. And once you hit water, you're not going to hear any more of the ah. You don't
more expensive, I guess.
Cut two.
This is so adorable. Just get the Dragon Ball Z voice actors. Be better.
3-minute scene in, and I'm already sweating bullets.
After that breather, White looked for specifics.
We're really trying to hone in on the actual scream itself and analyze.
I don't know how you become a
scream
actor.
Goes off behind
just fucking yell. I hope someone hears you.
Mouth and his teeth are showing.
Or
and
recruit
so
you.
You have to yell through your teeth to match that performance.
Then, when Hardy flies off his motorcycle, White had to sustain a scream for nearly 10 seconds without losing the imitation of Hardy's voice.
Easy. He took a breath.
All
Amateur.
of these screams, whether they're fear, rage, or fighting sounds, won't carry the same emotional punch until they've gone through a layering process. Those layers can include the
they have to layer.
vocals
Wait, they have to do it
mixed with the dub
themselves?
vocals and digital sounds. Layering is
Don't they have an
especially
audio
helpful for
engineer on
non-human
set?
voices,
I would
like when
think.
White performed the otherworldly screams of the demon from The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me
Oh
Do It.
god, that movie sucked.
Here's a demonstration of how a sound mixer might take White's raw screams and add effects to make them more powerful.
Pretty good.
Right?
Oh yeah, I bet
Well,
that's
adding
fun.
effects
It's
like
probably a fun
reverb
job.
To create an echo and a rumble can make them even scarier. So what makes one of Peldon's real screams sound better than this one?
I think what makes the difference between what sounds kind of like a generic scream that they could just get from their library of screams.
Well, they do,
versus
like
one
the
that
Wilhelm
fits
scream
the
and shit.
scene is matching what we're seeing.
pretty bad.
The actor, the energy, the emotion. My scream isn't just noise, it's an acting burst.
6 screams, 2 seconds each. Go. Give us options. And you're like,
Makes me sub asbestos. That's a position I never knew existed, nor will I remember it exists next time I play or watch a movie. But it's not surprising. It seems like it'd be a lot of fun to do. I bet they get paid like shit, though. I guarantee that can't be like a full-time profession, unfortunately.